I guess from my perspective, I look at the top being when I was in a leadership position, when I was a platoon commander or a task unit commander or the commander of the training detachment. Was it lonely at the top? Not really, man. I had friends and people that I hung out with and people that I would trust to talk and have conversations with. And so that wasn't really a factor. And then on top of that, I actually don't really mind being alone. It's not a big deal to me. I don't feel lonely when I'm by myself. I'm fine. Somebody asked me the other day, are you an introvert or an extrovert? And I was like, Mom, probably both. And they're like, no, but you have to be one, of course. And I said, well, I don't care. I literally don't care. Well, like, if I'm in a room with a bunch of people, okay. If I'm in a room by myself, don't care. Whatever, bring it. Yeah. Like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever, don't care. Alone. So yeah. You know, and I always, like I said, I had friends that I trusted and were good enough friends that they weren't gonna be trying to get their own gain out of being my friend. You know, people that were friends with me before I was in a leadership position, and people that remained friends after. So yeah, it's not that big of a deal to me. You know, luck. I guess I'm lucky because I mean, it must be a thing if everyone says it. I'll tell you what. Do you work? I'll say this is you when you're at the top, when you're an owner or you're the leader. There's times where you have to do things by yourself. There's no doubt about that. And if you have a problem with that, you're gonna have a problem being in a leadership position, because there's things that you have to do as a leader. You have to lead from the front. You have to work harder. You have to do extra. You should be working harder than everyone else when you're in a leadership position of an organization. No doubt about it. And if you're not working harder, that's not good. And if you're working harder, there's gonna be times when you're not with anyone else, and you have to be okay with that. And I'm perfectly okay with that. Don't care. Oh, from that perspective, you're definitely lonely at the top. Yeah. There's no one that's going to sit there and do what I'm willing to do to be there. Like, where are you at? I don't know. Haven't seen you, but I'm up here by myself and I'm going to keep getting after it, right? That's kind of the way. That's how people end up in those positions. Yeah. You don't end up in those positions. You don't get gifted positions. You don't just end up. I shouldn't say never, but I didn't. Had to grind it out. Keep grinding it out. This is the difference. I don't look at people in the negative light because they don't get it. I'm fine with it. Like, I recognize that I'm not 100% normal, and I don't look down. I said this, where did I just get interviewed? Oh, I got interviewed on a Business Insider and he's like, well, do you always keep your discipline? I was like, no, people get out of the SEAL teams and they get fat and they don't care anymore. And it's like, I don't care about that. I'm stoked. You know, that means they're stoked and eating breakfast in bed and they're hanging out with their kids. It's all good. I don't have a negative opinion of them. Just like I don't have a negative opinion of someone that prioritizes things differently than me. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. I get it. And so I'm okay. I'm okay with that. And I'm not looking around going, wow, I wish I had more people to hang out with. It's lonely up here. And when I was in my first SEAL platoon, we went to Guam, and when we got there, there was a guy, and I don't even know who did it. I don't know who this was, but there was a SEAL that left like a surf ski. You know what that is? It's basically like a kayak that you sit on top of. Anyways, and there's just a little note to himself. It said, "The higher, the fewer." Yeah. Meaning like, hey, because he was training hard for what I don't know who it was. It said the higher, the fewer. So that's the same thing. I don't have an issue with it. You know, that's what I tell kids too, because that's the whole bullying thing. Is kids get the feeling that being alone is bad. Yeah. Like, being alone is not a bad thing. You should be comfortable being alone. Yeah. But if it gets to a point where I'm not okay with it, then I adjust the balance. But you got to be playing the long-term game, not the short-term gratification.
When I was going through Ranger school, we had to do a lot of spot checks. A spot check is basically, we don't have time to get all your gear laid out to make sure you have all your shit. So a spot check is maybe they'll check out 2 items. Maybe making sure you have your extra batteries, extra ammo, whatever it may be. The whole idea of a spot check is to make sure that you're staying squared away, because you don't know what kind of item they're going to check on. So how does that apply to your life? This is how it applies. You want to make sure you spot check yourself, make sure you stay dialed in at all times. It's also important to check, spot check your boys, your girls. Make sure that they're staying hard. Call them up in the middle of the night, give them a call and say, hey, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we're gonna fucking get after it. Make sure they're staying dialed in. We have 2 voices in our mind, and boy, I know they're fucking true. I've heard them, I hear them now, and they're real. There's that one voice That voice I used to love to fucking hear, that we love to hear, is that soft motherfucker. That soft motherfucking voice that says, sleep the fuck in. It's okay. It's that coddling voice. You want to be hugged and nurtured and all that shit that says it's going to be okay. Well, there's another motherfucking voice that wakes you up in the middle of the night. It's not your girlfriend. It's not your boyfriend. It's that demon fucking voice that whispers in your fucking ear that says, get up, motherfucker. You're not fucking good enough. You gotta work fucking harder. You haven't put enough time in. It's that voice you want to run away from. It's that voice you don't want to fucking hear. But guess what? It's that voice you need to fucking listen to. Stay hard. Listen to the whisper. So years ago, I was scared to death to fucking fly. So my mentality is this. If you're scared of something, learn about it. Figure it out, overcome it. So I went out and got lessons on how to fly. I'm up in the plane with a pilot. We hit some bad turbulence. And I freaked out. And the pilot said, there's one thing you can't ever do up here. And that's forget to fucking fly the plane. In life, that's a true statement. We have hard times, we hit turbulence, we fail, we fall on our ass, we have divorces, we have all kind of bullshit that happens. And we sit there and think about that one issue. And it's all we think about. And we forget to fly the plane is us. We forget to focus on everything in life, our habits, our goals, our destination. And we end up failing. So stay hard. Got about 5 o'clock. I woke up and saw you chilling out and shit. Saw the fucking dog. All fucking hung over from trees and shit. I thought to myself, that fucking dog is lucky we feed it. About myself, I gotta feed myself. And every foot strike that hits the pavement, that's how I feed myself. Motherfuckers look for inspiration. Inspiration's found in every footstep you take, every grasp of that fucking iron bar, all of that shit, all the miles in the pool. Inspiration's found in suffering. So right now, this is my greatest recovery. As I recover, I find inspiration. Stay hard. I hate the water. I have to practice. Every morning I wake up, I go to the pool. Before I jumped in that water, I put my toe in the water and feel how cold it was. Me doing that was my silent protest. It was me feeling sorry for myself. It was me being a little bitch. And I realized if you're gonna do something, anything in life, you better attack it. A lot of us are going through wanting to be better, wanting to find more. What we're doing is we're putting our toe in the water of life to see how cold it is. We're not attacking anything. We're going at it half-assed. There's one thing for sure. A lot of us think we can rise to the occasion. When you can't, you fall back on your training. And if your training sucks, so will you. Stay hard.